Alright guys, today is day 92 of making a game, and as usual, let us start the day by reviewing yesterday's accomplishments, and without further ado, let us get into it. So here's a clip of Michael talking about it. So guys, before we start the review, let me first state what exactly I did yesterday. So basically, here is the following. First, we finished the third hairstyle retopology process, and second, we also finished the ear retopology process, which is good news. And lastly, we just started the retopology process for the shoes and left it unfinished because, as we said on yesterday, we ran out of time finishing it. And with that in mind, let us start the review. So I brought along some pictures of yesterday's works because I believe that to some of you guys will not understand what I'm saying if I start talking about retopology stuff, terms like an edge flow and stuff like that. And I also prepared some arrows on top of these pictures, so this is the review is going to work. So basically, the idea is that the more compact and organized the arrows are, and it doesn't zigzag everywhere, the higher the quality of our yesterday's product retopology has been. So let us start the review. So for the finally finished hairstyle version of our game character, as we can see on the arrows, it is compact and organized and doesn't zigzag, so I think it is safe to assume that the mesh isn't a trash quality. And now for the finished ear retopology process, as we can also see on the arrows, it is compact and organized, so I think the mesh is not a trash quality, same as for the third hairstyle. And lastly, for the unfinished shoes mesh, as we can also see on the arrows, it is compact and organized, so I think it is safe to assume that it isn't going to be a trash quality, even though we are still too early to decide that, since it is still unfinished. And yeah guys, that is all for the review, and with that said and nothing else left to say, let us get back into you, Michael. And with the yesterday's accomplishments reviewed, let us finally start the day. So let me put the main objective on top of the screen as usual, and I have to say that some of the time-lapse is replayed, but we are not gonna include that in the results section, so it doesn't get mixed up in the PowerPoint documentation. And basically what I did for today, as you probably seen on the screen as well as on the time-lapse, is that we finished the retopology process of the last sculpted eyebrow design, meaning we're gonna be moving on to the next stage of the game development, creation of the character, which is making the animations for our retopologized mesh. So stick around for that, and with that said, see you guys tomorrow.